So here are two key figures in our industry. 15% represent really the amount of savings you should target when getting serious about energy efficiency. That's basically changing light bulbs or retuning equipment. Nothing more than that. A bit of behavioral changes, possibly. 30% is what you can target if you start investing, for instance, in building automation systems. But one thing is clear, that before any implementation or improvement can be made, the first thing you have to do is to measure. And that turns into an issue for some of the market because that means an upfront cost. That's especially true as a well-known item in our industry for mid-sized industrial or commercial buildings. There are 5 million sites like that struggle with the upfront cost just prior to investing and understanding their consumption. Basically, the problem is the following. When you look at these large sites, larger than the corner shop, but not as large as a factory, basically, you look at them through their main meter and you just don't see any relevant data. If you want to go after relevant data, you have to put meters and sensors at a number of places, and the costs go up very quickly to $50,000 or more. And nobody would ever invest in $50,000 worth of metering just to save 15% on $50,000 invoice. So what we try and do, our value proposition is to deliver both meaningful, relevant, and affordable data just by dropping all this hardware into one hardware box for an entire building, making non-intrusive measurements, and software that can detect devices in the building thanks to fingerprints and assign energy to it that is being spent. The solutions that we started marketing 6 months ago won 9 awards recently, including reference awards from the reference newspaper in our industry, or the application of the year by National Instruments, the Austin, Texas-based company you might know. Our business model is to go through utilities and energy efficiency companies to go to the end users and the building owners. And basically what we sell are products, including software and recurring license fees, as well as services to run analysis. We started by working with a number of players, such as, for instance, the 3 top largest utilities in France, which are giant at European level. And from these 3, one took us on board their startup support program, and the other one tested the technology as benchmarking with our peers for 3 months, and they decided to take our technology to equip their headquarters, and we are looking forward to doing so. We as well work with large players in the industry, and for instance, we are a member of the startup support program from National Instruments. And on this list, you've got a major customer involving us into a frame contract at the European level after they tested the technology. We compete against a few English-speaking startup companies which basically concentrate on the residential market today. And our differentiation is really by 2 innovations. The data logger itself, which is the largest capacity on the market, data logger available, able as well to do control command, which is instrumental for demand response, one key feature in our industry. We are the only one to be able to do that. And we have as well advanced software that really does a disaggregation of a complete consumption of a building into various components and devices. Innovation and constant innovation is our main barrier to entry. We started 5 years ago with the university research program, have patents, and are working on collaborative research with as many as 3 PhDs currently ongoing for a company of 18 people. Basically, the team is here in the room. Pierre, the serial entrepreneur and recently in the energy sector, and myself used to delivering technology to the market for 20 years. We went through 2 million worth of investment. I have a roadmap of products to show you with a third generation of products around the door, and are looking for 5 million worth of equity primarily to fuel our expansion at international level. And what we are looking for are resources beyond capital, help to enter the complex US market. We would like to discuss with you a 10 billion opportunity on which we could realistically target a 10 million revenue in 2 years.
Well done, thank you.